Welcome back to the Real Estate 401k Show. I'm your host, Mike Weinstein, alongside Justin Frederick and Ryan Gerdes. We spend a great deal of time planning out our topics each and every week.
And you had some good ideas.
And I had
He was going real estate, staying on track.
Yeah.
You know, the ADD wasn't kicking in.
Yeah.
Ryan?
And then I showed up.
then Ryan showed up. So I'm not 100% sure anyone's going to get any benefit out of this as far as real estate goes. But it's in the news, a lot of fun to talk about, and you guys are more involved in sports betting than I am. I'll just go ahead and tell you, the extent of my sports betting is when we play golf for dots. That's about it.
That's about as
and what's the game that you came up or that you played with Mark Arns all the time back in the day?
I forgot the name of it, but yeah, you get so each hole on the golf course is worth 4 dots, and then you put a monetary number behind how much each dot is worth. So the person who's furthest away from the hole always goes next, and so you get a dot for being first on, closest to, first in, and low score.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've played this before.
I only played it once with you. What was that, like 3 weeks ago? I mean,
we played it with him once before. I think Anthony was involved in that.
well, I know we've always played dots, but not that kind of dots. Because dots is when you go teams.
Right.
Yeah.
When you have it's cart versus cart, then drivers versus passengers, and then you mix it up from there, and then you do 3 holes for each one, and then you rinse repeat at the turn.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think, don't we have a leftover, a carryover from the last time we played?
Me, you, Raw, and
Bull.
was it Bull?
Yeah, we
Yeah, it was
played.
a Bull. Okay, all right.
So we ended up tying.
We had like seven holes.
We had 7 pushes going into 18.
Dang.
And so we pushed 18 and didn't feel like just the putt off was worth it. So next time the 4 of us go play,
You're starting off
we're
at
starting
8.
off with 7 dots
Major
or 8
deficit.
dots.
Yeah.
That's huge. That could be a really good day.
Yeah, really good.
Was that
first
at
hole. Falcon?
Falcon?
Dunes, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I would just say this: if you want to play dots with us and you like to golf, go ahead and text golf to
63 AZ Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Bull. I mean, even after that, he's still like, "Hey, I want to go invest in some real estate with you guys," and so we're over there mixing it up.
So sports betting's in the news. You guys are obviously a lot more experienced in sports betting. I don't inherently have a issue with sports betting. If I understood it, I'd probably bet, or had a group of people like you got a crew that you do it with, and be a lot of fun. But I think, I'm not going to speak for you, but I do have an issue where somebody who can influence the outcome of the game, influencing the outcome of the game, and we're seeing a lot of sports stars
stuff
going
coming
down
up.
right now. It's fantastic.
Hopefully I'm on the right side of that.
Well, I mean, so one of
You
my
want to put a bet on that?
handicap who's going to be the next, the next big story in handicapping their own games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will say one of our good friends and clients, he's not into sports betting either. He's not a gambler. And truth be told, I'm not really a gambler either. I'll tell you why that's true in a minute. So the World Series this was a couple seasons ago. World Series were going down, and the Diamondbacks were contenders, and they did end up actually going to the World Series, not winning it, but they went. And for the postseason, he's like, I really want to get into watching this because baseball is just boring as shit to me, and I want to have an investment in this thing. So he downloads DraftKings or whatever he downloads and goes in there and says, what's one of the most far-fetched bets out there, and pops up, okay, there's a handful of people doing this bet out here, and it's like, someone's got to pick his nose in the middle of the 5th and 6th inning, and someone's got to go over there and trip and fall in left field. There's got to be a streaker on the field. There was a bunch of these like really off the wall little handicaps out there, and then he parlayed it and put down something obscene like $5,000 on it. It was like he was just like, he wanted to be in it. Yeah. So he's like sitting there watching it with his girlfriend, and she's like, I've never even sat down and watched a baseball game on TV before in my life, but we're over there glued to the TV, watching everyone's little
It's like
move.
be like hitting the lottery.
Yeah,
for
right?
sure.
And so, boom, it hit, and like won like 130 grand.
Wow.
And yeah, so he's like, dude, sends me over a screenshot, and he's like,
gosh.
check out what I just did, and all you see is just green everywhere, and like for this 4 or 5 legged parlay, and I was like, bro, dude, you put a lot of money on a very, very obscure parlay. Like, that was ballsy, dude. And he's like, well, I wanted to be interested, so now I'm interested.
And I wonder how much he's gambled away now.
Oh, he's like, I talked to him about a month ago, and he's like, it's all gone.
I spent it all on betting.
But now he's got season tickets at the D-backs, right? Because he's so into baseball.
He and I went and got front row seats at one of the World Series games.
I remember that. Yeah.
So I was just telling you guys how I was just in Indianapolis, and one of the guys that we went to the game with, because we went to the
Was he an
Colts game.
executive?
No, but this guy owns a bar in Fishers, Indiana, and one of my buddies is like, "Did you know that you can look at your all-time gambling through the app?" And I was like, "No." So he showed me how to look at it. This guy pulls it up. He had gambled $913,000 in sports bets. Okay,
How much does he cash out?
He's lost $57,000, which I
not
thought it was going to be much higher than that. And he was like, I consider this a win. I was like, yeah. But still, it sucks. You spent 60. It's crazy that you put that much money into the account.
How long had he been on that?
I didn't. We didn't see that. I wish I would have looked at that. But yeah.
So for you, Ryan, you pretty much are gambling every day, but you're not a gambler.
I'm not a gambler.
So
the first step
I will not
is admitting.
freebase cocaine.
I did not have sex with that woman.
I'll do some tooting now. So, you've probably heard me mention before. I have a whole network, basically a family of buddies, out of Vegas, and I go back there all the time. And they come here, and we all hang out. And whenever there's a sports game on, I'm like, oh, let's make it interesting, and we don't throw anything obscene, but like that parlay I just told you about, we don't do anything like that, but we'll throw a few $100. We'll all throw in $100 or $200 a person and just play with it. And usually it's like when I show up to Vegas and is when it starts, and when I leave Vegas, that's when it stops, right? Well, it got to be so much fun, not because of money lost or money won. It's the shit talking. Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's worth something.
Yeah. So what we'll do is whoever's like, oh yeah, I got an idea. Like there's this parlay over here, and there's this there's over there. Like if we each throw $50 at the over on that, because these are two high scoring games or two high scoring teams. Like I don't know, whatever. Ravens and the Chiefs last year, right? Like they're probably going to hit the over because they both are just massive offensive beasts, right? So yeah, let's throw money over there, and then we think KC is going to win, so we'll throw money over there, and then we'll also do a parlay. So we call it the 2-2-1 method: $200 on the over, $200 on the win, and then $100 on the parlay. That way, if something doesn't hit, at least we break even. But if nothing hits, then that sucks.
Yeah.
So whoever's cockamamie idea it is that cooks up that bet, we're like, so if Justin, you have that idea, and we're like, okay, all right, dude, Justin, you're a genius. You're gonna kick ass on it, dude. You're gonna make us so much money. You're badass, dude. Like you're awesome. And if you lose,
you're never getting a bet again.
We're tearing your ass apart. You're the biggest moron ever.
Yeah.
Like your parents must have disowned you, dropped you on your head. Like,
good idea, dumbass.
You moron. And so it's always we make sure that we never bet more than what the shit talking is worth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So by that rationale, we're not gambling. We're buying rights to talk shit to somebody. So that's that's how I justify it. And
Do you
rationale
guys
in my head.
make these bets on a gambling site?
Yes, we do.
Okay, it's gambling.
Yeah.
I mean,
He doesn't gamble. Though.
but he doesn't gamble. All right.
Well, because we look at it as we're gonna lose this, and so we have a fund, we have an account that we put in there, and because we have it attached to a gambling site, every now and then we win, right? So we're buying rights to talk shit, but every now and then we get money back on it.
So if I got into betting, I would take all my proceeds and I would buy a family vacation. So by your rationale, I really wouldn't be betting. It would just be my vacation plan.
Your vacation plan would be in deficit.
That's right.
Every Sunday,
Yeah.
every
I'm
Sunday
telling
morning when I watch football, dude, it's like every team that I'm rooting for always loses. I'd be the worst at gambling and betting.
No, your team won this weekend.
They did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched.
It was shocking.
I watched 2 quarters of football this weekend.
They destroyed the Falcons.
Oh well.
And the Falcons are good.
Yeah, they're not
They're
bad.
not bad.
No.
You got really good
what else
players
did
on
you
them.
have on your mind?
Well, no. So I mean, I can even relate this to real estate and how I mine
let's
for
hear that.
data, right? So I mean, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to go take. I'm starting off with the IR list, right? I want to see who's playing and who's not playing. I like to find out what the weather's like. I like to see if home advantage is actually a thing there. Like Seattle, it's a pretty big advantage. Arizona, it is not. Right? So I'm going to look at those 2 things, and then I'm going to say, all right, well, what's the over-under? With real estate, I'm going to go and I'm going to check title reports. I'm going to see if it's owned by an LLC or if it's owned by a human. I'm going to see if they've refinanced or if they've pulled HELOCs out and how fiscally responsible or irresponsible they've been in the past, and what that looks like as far as me negotiating with the seller. Mm-hmm. Right? You picking up what I'm laying down here?
I do. It's all. I tell you, it is one of the least appreciated things as far as what we do. The amount of buyers that just want to hire their friends or a family member and don't understand the homework and the research that goes into it before you even start negotiating.
Every negotiation. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to take all that information, and then I'm going to say, hey, look, I'm going to bet on this. And when it comes to my picks, I generally win.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been a weird season, particularly with college football, like how many upsets have been out there and just kind of how things can go sideways. But that being said, there's a lot of correlation to what's been going on in college football as to what's been going on in the real estate market too. There's been a lot of things where we talk about it like these things go in cycles, and it's not because we can predict the future. We just know that something is going to happen, right? Like nobody knew COVID was going to happen. No one knew that there was going to be a government shutdown. We didn't know these things. We just knew something was going to happen because it was due, and we just don't 100% know how the market's going to respond. Just like we don't know whether or not the Chiefs are going to show up and actually win, or if the Patriots are going, or Miami, whoever, right? So there's always going to be speculation. There's always going to be risk. But the thing about real estate, though, is that when I'm investing, it's not a deposit to let someone talk shit to me, or me to talk shit to somebody else, right? It's we're doing deep dives on the calculations and on the data mining before we're giving our opinion on that. Whereas, I mean, football or baseball,
Well, yeah, and when it comes down to real estate, if you're buying or you're investing, for a lot of people, it's just, oh man, look at the price on this, and look at the condition of the home. This is a good deal. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a good deal.
Sure.
That's just so much goes into it, and it's what we specialize here at the Real Estate 401k Group. And if you're looking at investing in real estate, you're looking at buying real estate, and you want the full picture of a zip code, of a neighborhood, and really want to understand the numbers before moving forward, go ahead and text, or what was the word that we were using? We came up with something earlier.
Golf.
Golf, yeah. Text the word golf to 623 AZ Recon. That's golf to 623 AZ Recon.